Grandpa's going to be gone soon.
Mia, what's wrong all of a sudden? My daughter started whining in the car on the way back from celebrating my father-in-law's 60th birthday. The father-in-law we were just with is going to be gone? What does she mean? I tilted my head in confusion at Mia's strange and sudden words.
Grandpa's going to be gone.
As she said this, Mia burst into tears. I was surprised, but my husband was even more shocked.
What could it be? Has that woman already started moving?
Muttering this, he turned pale and made a sudden U-turn.
Is Dad going to be okay? I hope we're not too late.
With that, he rushed back to his parents' house. While driving, my husband asked Mia,
Mia, what is Grandma saying?
In response to my husband's question, Mia answered,
She said, protect Grandpa.
What does that even mean? And when we returned to my in-laws' house, we discovered something unbelievable. I'm Emma. I live with my husband, Scott, who works as a corporate employee, and our daughter, Mia, who goes to kindergarten. Our daughter, Mia, has a mysterious ability. When we watch TV specials about ghost photos, while the studio is in an uproar saying, "It's a ghost," Mia calmly says,
No. This photo doesn't have any ghosts in it.
She dismisses it. But then she points to one of the show's guests and says,
This person has a scary lady clinging to her back.
When she said that, Scott and I both froze in fear. When we took Mia to visit my father-in-law, David, he was about to get into his car when Mia desperately stopped him.
Grandpa, wait. Don't go. You can't get into that car.
What's wrong, Mia? Why can't I?
Later, when we checked David's car, we discovered that the brakes weren't working. Thanks to Mia, David's life was saved. Hey, Mia, how do you know things like that? Curious, I asked Mia.
The grandma I've seen in photos tells me.
According to Mia, her grandmother, who had passed away before she was born, warned her about the danger. David had remarried 3 years ago to Anna, a woman much younger than him. Scott, my husband, chuckled and said,
Well, it's his life, so I don't really care. But Dad sure married a young one. She's even younger than me.
Although Scott and the rest of the family didn't openly criticize David's remarriage, everyone seemed a bit wary of Anna. Anna initially came into David's life as a helper to take care of him. When news of their marriage came out, people around them said things like, "The age gap is too big. She's just in it for the money," or "She's probably after his inheritance." But David reassured everyone, saying,
It's fine. Anna is distantly related to the executive director of my company. There's no way someone like that would do anything shady.
David trusted Anna because of her distant connection to his company's executive director. However, once Anna's name was on the marriage certificate, she began splurging on luxury items and going on trips alone, leaving David behind.
Well, David, I'm off. I've made your dinner, so just heat it up.
All right. Have a good time.
Anna seemed to be taking advantage of her wealthy, much older husband, doing whatever she pleased. When we saw Anna's possessions, we were stunned.
Anna, you bought another new designer bag? Didn't you just get one before?
Oh my, that's a high-end designer bag. That brand is incredibly expensive. And that coat, it's the latest collection from the same brand. Knowing how pricey those bags and clothes were, I couldn't believe Anna's reckless spending habits.
And she went on another trip without Dad. Is he really okay with all this?
Scott and I worried about David, but he laughed it off, saying,
She married an old guy like me. Anna is young, and she wants to dress nicely and visit lively places. We just don't have the same tastes. So I have to give her some freedom.
Even so.
Seeing Scott's concern, David continued,
Besides, Anna's cooking is amazing. So I let some things slide.
David knew all of this but didn't reproach Anna for her actions. Not long after, perhaps due to his age, David's health began to decline, and he started spending more time in bed. Scott and I visited him out of concern. David, you don't look too well. Have you been to the doctor?
A doctor? No, it's nothing serious.
Despite his declining health, Anna wouldn't take David to the hospital.
It's probably just a cold or something. It's not serious enough to go to the hospital.
But given David's age, it'd be safer to have him checked out at the hospital just to be sure. Even though we encouraged hospitalization, Anna kept pushing back.
Do you want him to be hospitalized? I'm taking care of him, so it's fine. Could you stay out of our family's business?
Because of Anna's attitude, Scott and I became increasingly worried about David and kept checking on him from time to time.
Hey, Dad, are you okay?
Scott and Emma, you came to see me. Getting old isn't fun. I've completely lost my strength.
David spoke weakly. His condition seemed to be worsening day by day. David looks like he's not doing well at all with home care. I'm worried about him. He seems to be getting weaker every time we see him.
Yeah, taking care of someone that's sick must be tough. But why want Anna taken to the hospital? It's strange.
We couldn't understand why Anna refused to hospitalize David, despite how unwell he seemed, and our mistrust of her deepened. Around this time, a suspicious man started appearing near David's house. It seemed like a man was watching Anna.
Could it be? That guy is Anna's lover?
Noticing the suspicious man, Scott initially suspected he might be Anna's affair partner.
This seems fishy. I need to figure out who he is.
Later, Scott, concerned about David, apparently confronted the man directly. Scott, you actually talked to him? Are you sure that was safe? He could have been dangerous. Worried that Scott might have done something reckless, I voiced my concern. But Scott laughed and said,
Nah, that guy turned out to be nothing. Don't worry about it, Emma.
Scott reported that to me. Really? Well, okay then. Even though I was curious about the man's identity, Scott wouldn't say anything more.
I've got a business trip. I'll be out of town starting tomorrow for a bit.
One day, Scott suddenly announced a business trip. Another business trip? You've been having a lot of sudden trips lately.
Can't be helped. It's work, you know.
I started to feel that Scott's business trips had become unusually frequent. And he tells me the day before that he is going on a business trip. Then I remembered something. Come to think of it, Anna also said she'd be going on a trip tomorrow. I soon realized that the days Anna went on trips always coincided with Scott's supposed business trips. Scott, this can't be. Feeling uneasy, I secretly called Scott's company to check on the day of his trip. It turned out that Scott wasn't on a business trip. He had taken paid leave. Learning that Scott had lied to me was a shock. Scott, why would you lie to me and take paid leave? My mind began racing with possibilities. Could he be pretending to go on business trips while actually going on a secret vacation with Anna? Scott, where are you really going when you take leave? I started to suspect that Anna's true affair partner might actually be my husband. Anna is younger than Scott and me. Honestly, it wouldn't be surprising if something were going on between them. I didn't want to doubt my husband, but thinking about it made me uneasy. One day, we celebrated David's 60th birthday. Congratulations, David! How are you feeling?
Thank you. I'm feeling better than usual today.
As we were having this conversation, Scott and Anna came out of another room, both looking serious. Since I was already suspicious of their relationship, I couldn't help but wonder why they had been alone together. What's going on with you two? I asked jokingly. But Scott brushed it off, saying,
Oh, no, it's nothing at all.
He laughed awkwardly, which only made me more suspicious. Next to him, Anna looked annoyed. Could they have been arguing about something personal? Scott is acting so suspicious. Can he at least tell me what they were talking about? Still doubting the relationship between Scott and Anna, we spent the rest of the birthday celebration. As it got late, we left David's house. On the way home, Mia started fussing in the car.
No,
What's wrong, Mia? Why are you upset all of a sudden?
Grandpa's going to be gone soon.
Out of nowhere, Mia said this and began crying. What? Grandpa's going to be gone? I was shocked, but Scott was even more surprised.
Mia's predictions are usually right. Could it be? Has that woman already started moving?
Scott muttered this, his face pale, and made a sudden U-turn.
Is Dad going to be okay? I hope we're not too late.
He sped back toward David's house. While driving, Scott asked Mia,
Mia, what is Grandma saying?
Mia replied,
She says, protect Grandpa.
I hope David's okay. I hugged Mia tightly. Scott stopped the car a little before reaching David's house.
Sorry, can you both wait here for a bit?
He left Mia and me in the car and hurried into the house. But Scott didn't come back out for a long time. What's he doing in there? I waited for him while trying to comfort Mia. After a while, Scott finally came out of the house, holding a trash bag full of kitchen waste. Looking at the trash bag, I asked with a puzzled expression, "What is that? Why are you carrying a bag of garbage?" I couldn't help but ask Scott what he planned to do with it.
There's something I need to check.
With that, Scott started the car. How was David? Apparently, David had been home alone and was safe. That's a relief. I felt reassured. At the time, Anna wasn't home. When Scott returned to the house, David had apparently asked him curiously,
What's going on, Scott? Why did you rush back with that worried look? Did you forget something?
Seeing that David looked fine, Scott felt somewhat relieved. He then asked what had been on his mind.
Hey, Dad, where did Anna go?
Looking around the house, Scott asked,
Oh, Anna. She went out somewhere after the party. Why? Do you need her for something?
It turned out that Anna had left right after the birthday celebration to go out for the night. Scott saw this as an opportunity.
Great, that works out perfectly. Sorry, Dad, but I need to check on something.
Saying this, Scott hurried toward the back of the house. He went to the kitchen and started gathering the trash.
This area looks suspicious. What is this? Could this be what I think it is?
Muttering to himself, Scott continued his task. David, standing behind him, watched his son's strange actions with confusion.
Hey, Scott, what are you doing? Cleaning up for me?
David asked, wondering what Scott was up to.
Yeah, something like that. Don't worry about it.
Ignoring David's puzzled expression, Scott collected the trash and quickly left the house before Anna returned.
All right, Dad. Oh, and please don't tell Anna about this, okay? I don't want her to get upset.
Okay, if you say so. I don't really understand, but I'll keep quiet about it.
With that, he left David's house. So Anna went out somewhere right after we left? Where could she have gone at this hour? I said, and Scott nodded as he replied.
It worked out well that Anna wasn't home. There's something I really needed to look into. I'm taking this trash to my friend for analysis.
Apparently, Scott's friend worked at a private forensic lab. Scott headed straight to his friend's place.
Sorry, but I need you to analyze this as soon as possible. It's urgent.
Saying this, Scott handed the trash bag to his friend at the lab. I couldn't help but wonder what was going on. Why would Scott send something like that for analysis? What's going on? I want a proper explanation. But a few days later, when I heard the results of the analysis, I was stunned.
Emma, listen to this. The trash I collected from Dad's house contained poison.
Scott reported that toxic plants had been found in the garbage from David's house, and I was shocked. What? Toxic plants? Why would something like that be in the trash at David's house? A terrible feeling crept over me as I asked, trembling.
Just as I thought.
Scott nodded to himself. What do you mean? Did you already suspect something? Instead of explaining, Scott, with a serious expression, called someone on the phone.
Excuse me, I need to talk to you. Could you come to our house right away?
When the person Scott called showed up, I gasped. "Oh, I've seen you before." The person Scott had summoned was the suspicious man who had been near David's house. What's going on? What's the connection between Scott and this man? When I asked, the man handed me his business card. "I'm an investigator," he said. I was startled when I saw the card. An investigator? The man revealed that he worked as an investigator for an insurance company.
"I found some things about Anna that seemed suspicious, so I decided to investigate."
According to the investigator, Anna had taken out a significant life insurance policy on David.
"This isn't the first time. Anna has a history of taking out large insurance policies on her past husbands and collecting the payouts."
The investigator explained that Anna had been married several times before, always to wealthy men. Each of her spouses had met an untimely and suspicious end within a year of marriage. What do you mean by that? Hearing this, I felt a wave of anxiety wash over me.
See? That woman is definitely suspicious.
The investigator revealed that Anna's previous spouses had exhibited similar symptoms. Their health gradually deteriorated, they weren't hospitalized, and they passed away under her care at home. That sounds exactly like what's happening to David now. Scott had been suspicious of Anna ever since the investigator had shared this information with him.
I knew Anna had a secret. I'm really worried about Dad. His symptoms are exactly like those of Anna's past husbands.
Despite his doubts about Anna, Scott didn't want to worry me and had kept it to himself. He made a decision.
I'll keep this from Emma until I've got all the facts. If I say something now, she'll just worry.
Scott decided to monitor Anna on his own. He then confessed to me.
You know how I've been taking all those sudden business trips lately? Actually, I was using those days to keep an eye on her.
Scott had been taking leave on the days of Anna's trips to follow her.
Whenever I found out Anna was going on a trip, I'd secretly take time off and follow her.
Hearing this, I finally understood everything. So that's what was going on. I honestly thought you were having an affair with Anna. I'm so sorry for doubting you. I apologize to Scott for doubting him.
Really? You suspected me of cheating?
Scott gave a wry smile when he realized I had doubted him.
Well, I guess I can't blame you. I was sneaking around and didn't talk to you about it. I just didn't think you'd suspect me.
Scott had taken time off from work to secretly follow Anna and find out who she was meeting and where.
Oh, there's a man coming out.
From the way the two interacted, it was clear they were lovers. Unaware that Scott was watching, the two started behaving affectionately right there.
The guy seems a lot older. Wait a minute. I've seen that face somewhere before.
Then Scott remembered. Anna's lover was none other than the managing director, the man David had trusted for years. Seeing the man's face, Scott was shocked.
That's the managing director who introduced Anna to Dad. What's going on? Weren't they supposed to be distant relatives?
Scott moved closer to eavesdrop on their conversation.
"Anna,
how's it going on your end?
Everything's going according to plan. That old man is getting weaker. But I think the insurance company might be suspicious of me. I need to handle this carefully.
I'm counting on you, Anna. If this plan works, you'll get a huge payout, and it'll get control of that old man's company.
Hearing this, Scott turned pale.
What the hell?
It became clear that Anna was targeting David for his life insurance. And the managing director was plotting to take over his company.
I told him I'm a distant relative of yours, so he doesn't suspect a thing. He's so clueless, having no idea we're both after him.
The story about them being distant relatives was a complete lie.
That woman. I won't let her get away with this.
Scott confronted Anna directly. And it happened to be on the day of David's 60th birthday celebration.
Hey, what's your relationship with the managing director? I know the truth, so you had better come clean.
However, Anna played dumb.
What are you talking about, Scott? I have no idea what you mean.
Despite Scott pressing her, Anna denied everything, claiming there was no evidence.
Honestly, stop saying weird things that make no sense.
She skillfully dodged Scott's accusations.
That woman. Even though I know her plan, she still has the nerve to deny it.
Scott and I decided it was too dangerous to leave David in Anna's care. We agreed to secretly take David to the hospital without telling her. Since Anna often went out on her own, we used one of those times to take David to the hospital. At first, David was resistant to the idea.
Why are you taking me to the hospital? Anna said she'd take care of me.
Come on, Dad. It's better to get a thorough checkup at the hospital. It'll give everyone peace of mind.
We reassured David and convinced him to go for a medical examination. The test results revealed toxic plant substances in David's body.
Just as I thought. That woman.
The toxic plant substance, while harmless in small amounts, could be fatal if consumed daily over time. As a result, David was admitted to the hospital. When Anna found out that we had taken David to the hospital without her permission, she lashed out at Scott.
What do you think you're doing? I've been taking care of him so diligently. Give him back to me.
That's not going to happen. There's no way I'm letting Dad go back home.
Scott firmly refused, causing Anna to explode in anger. Anna then did something shocking.
Listen to me, everyone. David's son and his wife are terrible people. They're trying to separate me from him to get his insurance money.
Anna spread lies around the neighborhood, claiming that we were the ones plotting to profit from David's insurance. She's really gone too far. Her baseless accusations left us at a loss. Meanwhile, David's health improved significantly during his hospital stay, and his complexion returned to normal.
You know, the hospital food might be healthy, but it doesn't taste great. I can't wait to go home and eat Anna's cooking again.
Hearing this, Scott and I exchanged worried glances.
Dad, we need to have an important conversation about Anna.
Reluctantly, Scott explained to David that Anna had been mixing toxic plants into his food. However, David became furious at Scott's words.
How dare you? Sure, People have said Anna married me for my inheritance because of our age gap, but I never expected my own son to say something like this.
But Dad, look at this.
Scott showed him the lab results confirming the presence of toxic plants in the trash from David's house. But instead of convincing David, it made him even angrier.
You're unbelievable. Did you fabricate this just to frame Anna? She's been taking care of me selflessly.
David trusted Anna so completely that he refused to believe the evidence, no matter how solid.
This is real. Please, Dad, believe me.
Scott pleaded desperately. At that moment, Mia said something unbelievable.
Grandpa, what Daddy is saying is true. Grandma in the photo says so too. Please don't be so angry.
With tears streaming down her face, Mia insisted that the grandma in the portrait was confirming Scott's claims.
What? My late wife.
Yes, Grandma says you should trust Daddy.
Since David was aware of Mia's unusual ability, her words calmed him down. Finally, David composed himself and carefully read the lab results Scott had shown him. After reviewing them, David apologized to Scott.
I'm sorry. You were only trying to protect me, and I was completely under Anna's spell. Thanks to you, I've woken up.
Do you understand now, Dad?
Realizing the gravity of his situation, David decided to take action immediately. He contacted the managing director.
Sorry for the sudden request, but I need to discuss something urgent with you. Could you come to the hospital?
David called the managing director, pretending it was about work, and asked him to come to his hospital. At the same time, Scott contacted Anna.
I'd like to discuss my dad's future care. Could you come to the hospital right away?
And so, Anna was summoned to the hospital. Unaware of what was happening, Anna and the managing director arrived at the hospital and met in David's room.
Why is Anna here?
The two were surprised to see each other, but quickly pretended not to know each other. Scott and I secretly observed their behavior. After leaving the hospital room, thinking no one was watching, Anna immediately acted.
This is perfect. Come over here for a moment.
Unaware that their plans had been exposed, the two moved to another room and began discussing their next steps.
Honestly, I can't believe his son and daughter-in-law forcibly took him to the hospital. That old man is so stubborn.
Feeling free to speak, Anna began to vent her frustration.
I was doing such a good job pretending to take care of him. I really hate dealing with stubborn old men.
Exactly. I had gone through all the trouble of using toxic plants to weaken him little by little, and now the hospital stay has completely undone it.
The two whispered conspiratorially.
How should we get rid of that old man?
It can't be helped. He will be discharged soon, so I'll start poisoning him again little by little.
They exchanged smiles as they laughed together. Unbeknownst to them, their conversation was being recorded. Got it. It worked perfectly. With the recording in hand, I rushed to the police. Soon after, Anna and the managing director were arrested on charges of attempted murder and insurance fraud. It turned out that Anna had tampered with David's car brakes in an earlier attempt to kill him. Anna, who ran a nail salon, had been struggling financially for years due to declining customers. On the other hand, the managing director had played the role of a loyal employee to David but had suffered losses from failed investments. He had collaborated with Anna, hoping to take over David's company. I felt ashamed for ever doubting my husband. I didn't know the full story, but I'm truly sorry. Since then, Mia said she no longer sees her late grandmother. It seems that as Mia grew older, her spiritual sensitivity gradually faded. Now, she's just a regular girl, no different from any other child. David, meanwhile, regained his health and became more active at work. Recently, he even started attending a gym for seniors. "I'm going to stay strong and healthy until Mia becomes an adult," he declared enthusiastically as he worked out.
Hey, Emma, I have a favor to ask. Anna turned out to be an awful woman, but she was a great cook. Could you come by occasionally and cook for me?
David's request led me to occasionally bring him home cooked meals. "Emma, your cooking is amazing, and I don't have to worry about any poison in it," he said happily while eating. It almost felt as though his late wife was smiling down at us.